Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of Universe Mode here on WWE 2k23. As last week we had the very first episode, the season premiere of Universe Mode here on WWE 2k23, and I want to say thank you all for the support on that video. It has been awesome. I've been looking forward to this. It's been a little bit in the making, but we're finally here. We're ready to continue the road to Extreme Rules with our second ever episode of Raw here in the new game. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content here on the channel, as well as if you're interested in buying some Rogue Energy. I have a referral link in the description for all of my videos, and you just got to click on it and use code Mr. Rob, and you get 10% off your next purchase of Rogue Energy, so a win-win for them. So that's just it with the plugs. But let's get into tonight's episode. 7 matches here on the show for Monday Night Raw. And we're going to start off with Kofi Kingston, the New Day, facing off against Shelton Benjamin in one-on-one action. And after that, we will see R-Truth go up against Santos Escobar. We saw Escobar accompany Los Lotharios last week. He takes on Truth one-on-one this week. Raquel Rodriguez takes on Lacey Evans. And then Elias, who's back on Raw, will team up with Braun Breaker to face The Miz and Madcap Moss. And then Shayna Baszler will take on Liv Morgan. Ronda is still suspended for another 2 weeks here on Raw. We'll see Alpha Academy take on the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits in 9 title. In our main event, Bobby Lashley versus the Colossal Omos. Kofi Kingston is able to beat Shelton Benjamin. Santos Escobar picks up a victory over R-Truth. Lacey Evans picks up another win, this time over Raquel Rodriguez. And Elias gets the pin for his team. Welcome back, Elias. He gets the win over Madcap Moss and company. And now it's time for Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. Here comes one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Ever since Shayna Baszler won that championship with her partner Ronda Rousey at Clash of the Castle, it's not been easy for us because Ronda has been on the shelf. Not because of an injury, but she's been suspended because during that match she openly struck an official. So Adam Pearce and management said Ronda has been suspended for the next 3 weeks, and this is week 2 of that suspension. As last week, Shayna Baszler went at it alone against Rhea Ripley, and Ripley was able to knock off the Queen of Spades. And now her opponent tonight looks to make it 2 for 2 as we look towards a potential impending rematch between Baszler and Rousey versus the former champs. But Shayna tonight, she's got to take care of her competition. And she has made her way into the ring, and she'll take on Liv Morgan, one half of that team, seeing if she can do what her tag team partner was able to do last week. And let's pick up a win over Baszler. Here comes Liv, accompanied by Rhea Ripley, who will be out here momentarily to show her support. But what a year it's been for Liv. Been here for quite some time. She was able to capture gold earlier this year when she was a women's tag team champion. Unfortunately, no longer has that title around her waist. But Liv Morgan has really improved, and she has a big opportunity tonight to get back in singles competition with a victory, as it's Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. Up next, our first feature match here on Monday Night Raw. And here we go. As quickly Baszler counters next with the first kick. And she's going to send Liv over the top rope onto the apron, but Morgan is able to fire with a shot. These two teams have been just on a collision course dating back to the WWE draft when Baszler and Rousey were both drafted to the Raw roster. And as soon as they both got on the same show again, they set their sights together and went right after the tag champs, and they were victorious. In Clash of the Castle, they were able to end the reign of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, as there's a nice spine buster. Spine on the pine. Down goes Morgan as Baszler, who's innerly controlled this one. But they were able to end that reign, but it seems like the former champs, they are the consensus best tag team in the women's division, other than Baszler and Rousey, one of the longest tenured teams, that's for sure. As now here goes for our first cover of the matchup, but Baszler only able to get a 1 count. So Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan would love to get back on top. They were very good champions. I'd love to see them get another crack at it, especially with our next pay-per-view being Extreme Rules 4 weeks away. We build to our first PLE here in WWE 2k23. If you missed out on the PLEs in WWE 2k22, you'll be in for a treat. We premiere them live here on the channel, and we watch all the action unfold together. It really is a good experience. So be on the lookout for that one in the coming weeks. We got to start to fill out what's going to be on the show. But speaking of shows, back to our action here tonight. It's Liv Morgan now who has the upper hand. She sends Shayna Baszler over the top rope. She catches on, and Baszler gets hung up down to the outside. Goes Baszler. And Liv's going to fall with a nice stomp to the chest. This is a very interesting one-on-one matchup. Singles competition between these two. If you want to think singles, Shayna Baszler would probably have the advantage. Liv Morgan, we talked about, able to win her first championship this year in a tag team, but Baszler definitely has more accomplishments in the singles role, as there's a nice shotgun dropkick by Morgan as Baszler went back to the outside after breaking the count. But Shayna Baszler, former two-time NXT Women's Champion, and the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion for that matter. So Baszler has a lot of experience as a singles performer. Hasn't had the same success on the main roster. It's Liv Morgan now here goes for a cover as she gets one, gets two, but only gets a 2 count. While Baszler hasn't found that same success as a singles performer, she's been a pretty good tag team performer. This is her 3rd reign as one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. As Liv connects a nice hip toss, and now taunting the Queen of Spades. That's not something I'd love to do if I were Liv Morgan. As Baszler's going to roll towards the corner. Try to pull herself back to her feet, but just dodges the hip attack of Liv in the corner. Nice heads up by Baszler there, but Liv trying to hold momentum. Is going to slip her against the ropes. There's a nice drop toe hold, then just going to walk across the back as Liv Morgan continues to hold serve in this contest. She's done a very good job at weathering that early storm, and then connects a nice drop kick to the side of the head. Baszler could be in a lot of trouble here. Liv trying to win this one right here, right now, but only gets the 2 counts. Shayna Baszler having to go at it alone has not been easy. She doesn't want to get swept here by Morgan. And Ripley, there's a big knee right on the jaw. Liv actually going to try to pick up the victory off this one. Can she do it? There's another pinfall attack. Gets 2 again before Shayna has to power out once more. And all this is putting pressure on one half of the tag champs. Now Morgan to focus away on that left knee. They call Shayna the submission magician, but Liv Morgan doing a very good job right here of her own. That's a kick to the back. Really grounding her opponent here tonight. It's a very strong performance by Liv Morgan. We talked about doesn't have as much experience in the singles department as she has Baszler perched up on the second rope. Ooh, there's a nice knee. There's a nice code breaker. Kicks out the legs of Baszler, connects the nice code breaker out of the corner. And Baszler in a lot of trouble here. Liv gets her back to her feet. Gonna try to put her against the ropes. Could she be thinking Oblivion? Shayna is in position, and Liv is able to connect. There's the Oblivion off the ropes. Down goes Shayna into the cover, gets 2, and that is all she wrote. Liv Morgan with a big statement win here tonight against Shayna Baszler. Does what her tag team partner was able to do last week. And they are now 2-0 on Shayna. We'll see what's next for this team, but I'd love to see a rematch between these two coming up, maybe at Extreme Rules. Nothing has been made official yet, but all we know is that was a huge performance by Liv Morgan here tonight, and she gets to enjoy her victory here on Monday Night Raw. Time to get into our next match of the night, and this time we're going to head over to the tag team front. As making their way to the ring first, here comes Alpha Academy. There is Chad Gable, the leader, with his star pupil in Otis. This is a team that, to be quite honest, I didn't think would actually last this long, but they've been pretty staple of the Raw Tag Team division. Former Raw Tag Team champions. They're always a team you cannot count out, and you can't just do just that here tonight. They have a big task in front of them tonight in the form of the tag champs. This is a huge opportunity for Alpha Academy. Whether you like them or not, you gotta respect them. The Olympian and the Big Otis. They make their way to the ring. Hasn't always been easy for them this year, dating back to WrestleMania. We saw them get uphanded by Gable Steveson on that night. But tonight they got to turn their attention as they have the Raw Tag Team Champions. They have to look out for them tonight. 2 weeks they have reigned atop the red brands. And here they come. Always down for a good time. It is Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits. The current Raw Tag Team Champions. They want the smoke. They're willing to give it tonight. Second reign now as Raw Tag Team Champions, able to win those titles just 2 weeks ago here on this exact same show, where they're able to knock off the former champions in Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. And these two guys looking for their next challengers, and the Street Profits are never going to be one to back down from anybody. They're definitely not going to back down from Alpha Academy here tonight. This is a good chance to keep your skills sharp. As Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford always here to have a good time. I always want what's inside Montez Ford Solo Cup. I'd love to get a swig of that one day. Fans eating up here at WWE Universe. Very much fans of the Street Profits. Halfway in, halfway out. Trademark Profits entrance. But now, they're all fun and games, but now it's time to get down to business. As it is Otis starting off for Alpha Academy, it is it is Angelo Dawkins starting off for the Street Profits. And this match is now underway. The two big men that'll lead off for their respective teams. And already, you can see them jockeying for position. Oh, Angelo Dawkins is the big man. So is Otis. You can see Dawkins has the height, but Otis definitely has the width. Not that you ever really measure width, but Otis has it. And right now it's Dawkins who's going to come from behind, take down Otis. He looks to get position. These are two teams that know each other. We've seen these two teams battle quite a bit here in the WWE, and you have to wonder for the Street Profits, they've had a busy couple of weeks. Won the championships 2 weeks ago, and then less than a week later made their first successful title defense at Clash of the Castle against the former champions in Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. So Street Profits, they've been very busy. As on the outside, here's a gorilla press slam by Otis. And that brings me to my point. Is this a wise matchup to take? I know you want to be champions, as Otis with a cheap shot here on Montez Ford. Not sure what this is all about, but Otis is going to lay him out with a back suplex on the ring apron. Montez Ford, not the legal competitor at all. But Otis doesn't seem to care, and Dawkins tried to do the same on the other side of the ring, except Chad was ready for it. Not sure if Otis just knows that Ford isn't the legal man, or he just doesn't care. As he just continues to hang it. Meanwhile, Gable gets spine first into the apron, but I wonder if this is the wisest matchup for the champs. You really got nothing to gain here, while the Alpha Academy has everything to gain in this match. A win over the tag champs in a non-title matchup will definitely put you at the front of the line, as again, Montez Ford's going to get met with a second back suplex, as the ref kind of got to do a better job of getting this one under control. Now Dawkins is going to try to help his tag team partner, and he just shoulder blocks Otis. But the tree trunk barely moves, and instead he sends Dawkins into the barricade. And Otis is just single-handedly taking care of the Profits and gets met with a bulldog. Nice move there by Dawkins to slow down the momentum and use it against Otis. But Otis right back to his feet. He's going to throw Dawkins across the ring, but he misses a big splash. Actually got his headbutt, so very chaotic start to this matchup. His ref up to a count of 7. Finally, Otis and Dawkins will make their way back into the ring, as this one's just all hell is basically breaking loose. As there's a run over by Otis. Going to go for the first pinfall here. Dawkins is down. Could be in a lot of trouble here, but is able to kick out at 1. But like I was saying earlier, Alpha Academy, this puts them right to the front line. We don't know who's going to be the next challengers of the Street Profits. They did just knock off Alexander Benjamin. There's a lot of good teams in Raw's Tag Team Division. You got Alpha Academy here tonight. You got other young teams like Matt Riddle and Drew Gulak. You got the Mysterios, who are former SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the Judgment Day. I mean, there's a lot of good teams. The Dirty Dogs, another former Raw Tag Team Champions. I mean, you got to look out for all of these guys. And Street Profits, instead of letting them battle on the cell, they're going to give a big opportunity here to Chad Gable and Otis. Right now, they're paying the price. This is Alpha Academy who has the early advantage, but Dawkins able to avoid the double knees in the corner, and he's going to connect with a nice T-bone suplex. Nice move there by Dawkins. Chucks Gable across the ring. We love to brag about Gable's strength, but don't underestimate Dawkins. There's a shoulder tackle, but Gable nicely able to stay on his feet. So instead, Dawkins is just going to pick him up. And I think he wanted to drag him into his own corner, which Dawkins is not there. I think he's still seeing butterflies over there on the outside, thanks to the attack by Otis. Now going to make his way back to his own corner. And we get back to a little bit of normalcy here in this matchup. There's a cheap shot, though, by Otis. Right as I say that, Dawkins had the advantage coming out of the corner, but a cheap shot by Otis allows Gable to connect on the drop kick. And that is what Alpha Academy is so good at. Gable is a very smart competitor, but Otis might not be, because he just allowed Dawkins to make the tag to Ford, or maybe Otis wanted it. Absolutely levels Montez with the clothesline. He's got him in position for a pinfall here. Otis could have had him. I think that would have been 3. The referee trying to get Dawkins out of the ring instead. Might have cost Alpha Academy the match here tonight. So, a little bit of controversy there, as Alpha Academy has looked very good in this contest, whether you like their methods or not. You cannot count out the fact that they are indeed winning this match, as this match continues, as he drags Dawkins into the ring. Hold on a second. We're actually getting some word here. There's something going on in the backstage area as this match continues. We're trying to get our cameras back there. It looks like somebody has been laid out in the backstage area, and it's Edge. The WWE Champion Edge has been laid out backstage. Who could have did this attack? Edge is motionless. That's our WWE Champion. We need to get some medicals back there ASAP. Hopefully he is okay. We're about to try to get an update for you guys later, but back to the action. We still have something going on in the ring here, as it is Otis and Dawkins. Hopefully Edge is okay. You gotta, anytime you see Edge laid out, it's a scary situation, especially after that neck surgery that cost him to retire. But back in the ring here, we got a worm going on, as Otis is going to drop the elbow onto Dawkins, and Alpha Academy continues their dominance in this match. They're now going for the pin here. Ford has to break it up, save his tag team partner. As now Otis has a hold of Ford. Kick to the midsection here. And again, Otis just continues to be a pain in for Alpha Academy. As a huge slam down on Montez Ford. You can almost call it the world's strongest slam. Dawkins back to his feet. There's a nice uppercut. That finally takes Otis off his feet. He's going to roll to the outside of the ring. But Dawkins is not going to wait for him. He's going to come flying over the top rope. Takes out the tree trunk. Nice move there by Dawkins, not letting Otis to get any sort of breathing room here in this contest. As again, this one is spilled to the outside. Referee doesn't seem like he's counting, though. Not sure what he's been up to. As now Dawkins is actually going to go attack Gable in the corner. This one has been a very chaotic match here. As now Otis back to his feet. He's going to rejoin into the ring. As he has a hold of Dawkins, sends him against the ropes. As now Ford actually distracted Otis momentarily. But Otis able to maintain control. Not going to allow that to hurt his momentum. Props Dawkins up against the ropes. Now a big bear hug. And it's just going to dump him all the way to the outside. A belly-to-belly suplex over the top rope. And now it's going to go after Ford. How about this performance by Otis here tonight? He is almost single-handedly taking out the Raw Tag Team Champions. This is for a third time in this matchup. A back suplex on the hardest part of the ring. Somebody stop this man. I bet Master Gable is going to be very happy reviewing the tape for this one. They love to review the tape with a win here tonight. As Dawkins in the ring, waiting back for Otis. They got to try to solve this Otis problem, and hasn't been able to. There's a running STO that just knocks Dawkins off his feet, knocks him silly. And now it's time for Chad Gable to potentially pick up the scraps as he takes down Angelo Dawkins. And Chad Gable very happy with his work here, but Dawkins is back to his feet. Gets a hold of Gable, gets planted out of nowhere. Dawkins plants Gable with a huge spine buster. Gets 2, and that is enough. The Street Profits get the win out of nowhere. Otis too slow to get into the ring. And what a win. What a match here tonight. The Street Profits might have walked out the victors, but Alpha Academy looked dang near impressive in this contest. Specifically Otis, they took it to the Raw Tag Team Champions. They walk out the victors, but by the skin of their teeth. Big win here for Dawkins and Ford. They get to celebrate. As you can see, Ford is on fire. Wait a second. Hold on. The celebration might be cut short, because here comes the Prince. The leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, makes his way to the ring. I wonder what he has here. We saw the Judgment Day take out the Mysterios last week after Balor tried to shake hands with Dominic. So there's that little bit going on. But now Finn has made his way here. And he's got the guns on the tag champs. Balor could have his sights set on the Raw champs. Well, it's been a very chaotic episode here of Monday Night Raw, but we still have our main event here to come. Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, gets ready to make his way to the ring first. The former WWE Champion. I think this is the first time we've actually seen Bobby Lashley without the WWE title, and it looks very odd. You have to think Bobby Lashley has his sights back on retain. Tonight in the form of the Colossus Omos, a WrestleMania 38 rematch. These two did battle earlier this year in Dallas, Texas on the biggest stage. Bobby Lashley has to do it again, knock off the Nigerian Giant. As Bobby Lashley awaits his opponent, the biggest man in all of the WWE, 7'4". His hands are like the size of basketballs, and he's really coming to his own ever since he's picked up a new manager in the form of Reggie. Yes, Reggie has taken the Omos under his wing. The Colossus has taken a liking to Reggie, and it's hard to say that it hasn't paid off for him. Omos has really made a staple here on Monday Night Raw, including laying out the Beast Brock Lesnar before he had his match at SummerSlam. Omos is somebody you don't want to cross paths with. Bobby Lashley has to do it here tonight, and you have to think Omos, he's been looking forward to this one ever since this one was booked for the show. A main event spot. This is the chance to prove that you really have arrived on a Monday Night Raw. As you can see, just look at the size this man. Towers over the top rope, just goes over it with ease. Bobby Lashley has to contend with that. Our main event is the Almighty versus the Colossus here. Our main event of Monday Night Raw, and we are ready to go. As these two meet in the center of the ring, just look already at the size difference. Bobby Lashley is a massive individual. He's got some of the biggest muscles I've ever seen on a man. And Omos just makes him look like a child. Already got him up in a bear hug with ease. Bobby Lashley just getting this life squeeze out of him, but wisely. He's going to fire with a couple of elbows to the back of the neck, and there's an ear clap. Cannot let this big man get a hold of you just like that, though. Yes, Lashley might look like the stronger competitor, but he's still got the power. Just takes down Omos with a huge STO, but quickly Omos already back to his feet and looking to ragdoll Lashley some more. Hangs him up on the top rope as Omos already off to a hot start. Bobby Lashley has got to take this big man out. He was able to do it once, though, earlier this year at WrestleMania. We saw Lashley knock off Omos in one-on-one action. But can you do it twice as he just ran into a brick wall? Lashley went full head of steam, and Omos was the only one standing. I don't know how that's possible. This is very much a different Omos than we've seen since WrestleMania. I mean, like we said, he's taken on Reggie as his manager, and he's picked a couple of big fights now going for a pin over Lashley. And we saw him lay out Riddle, and we saw him attack Brock Lesnar. Yes, Omos. Before Brock's match against Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, Omos attacked Brock Lesnar. We have not seen the Beast since SummerSlam. As there's a huge powerbomb into the apron and just gets slammed. Lashley goes down. But Omos definitely took out the Beast now on that night. And it looks like a different animal. Looks like his own beast ever since then. How is Bobby Lashley going to be able to contend with this monster? Ref up to a count of 6 here on the outside. Omos this time gorilla pressing Bobby Lashley, but Lashley off the back door. That would have been a bad fall on the outside. As ref, though, up to a count of 8. Lashley's going to make his way inside the ring, and Omos will follow, so no double count out in this match. But as Lashley is able to hold serve, he gets in the ring first, and there's a nice spear into the corner. That's how you take Omos off his feet. And this time lifts the big man out of the corner. He's able to get him off the ground. Now going to go for a pinfall, but only gets a 1 before that huge, massive shoulder is able to shoot itself off of the mat. Lashley's going to have to do a little bit more if he wants to pick up the victory here tonight. He's going to send Omos over the top rope. Hangs on the apron. There's a shot to the face. And no way Lashley can get him up here. He's thinking back suplex. Oh my gosh, look at the strength. A back suplex of Omos on the ring apron. He's already quickly back to his feet. You got to know that's got to hurt. When you're a big man like Omos, especially 7'4", you don't get lifted up very easy. So when someone's able to take you off your feet and drop all of that size onto the apron, that is going to hurt a lot more than normal. As Omos trying to give himself a breather in the corner, Lashley's not going to allow that to happen. He's going to connect with a couple of stiff right hands. And now it's Lashley thinking a big one across the jaw. That one has definitely stunned Omos. A right hand caught him on the chin. And Omos, desperation now, trying to hang Lashley up. But Lashley again out the back door, chops down the big redwood. Shot to the back of the left knee. And now Omos rolls him over. What's Lashley got in store here? As Omos is down, Lashley stomps on him. Now going to go for a pinfall here. Has he done enough on the big man? He has his foot maybe underneath the ropes, not only able to get a 1 count. As Lashley continue with the upper hand here on Omos, stomping away. And wait a second. Oh no, that's Braun Strowman's music. We've seen him in recent weeks. The monster of all monsters is here. No, he's behind Lashley. Braun Strowman with another sneak attack. We've seen this in a couple of weeks. He's laid out Sheamus. He's laid out Bobby Lashley. And again, he's going after him tonight. What? We still don't know Braun Strowman's agenda. Why is he attacking Sheamus? Why is he attacking Bobby Lashley? All of these top superstars on Monday Night Raw have been attacked in recent weeks. As went for a big clothesline there, but Lashley not going to go down easy. This match, though, between him and Omos has been thrown out the window as there's a huge haymaker. The monster of all monsters has arrived back on Monday Night Raw, and he continues to just wreak havoc. Lashley into the steel stairs, and now waiting for him to get back to his feet. This will not be good. Running power slam on the outside. Again, Lashley feels the wrath of the monster of all monsters, and we still don't have answers to all these attacks. The Strowman stands tall in Monday Night Raw. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. We'll try to get all the updates. Edge, Strowman, there's a lot going on here. But we know in 4 weeks, Extreme Rules, our first PLE. You don't want to miss it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.